Hi Virgo, and welcome to your December monthly predictions reading. It is so lovely to read for you today. We're going to be getting general predictions for the month of December. Now, I am going to be starting your reading by shuffling out some oracle cards, which will tell us the main themes you can expect to experience in the month of December. While I do that, let me just get a little spiel out of the way. This reading is intended for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venuses, or those that have strong Virgo placements in their chart. If you are not a Virgo, you're more than welcome to stay as a cross watcher, but consider this your warning. I'm a very honest reader. You may hear or see something you do not like. With that out of the way, let's get some cards out on the table for you. What can Virgo expect in the month ahead? What is a key theme for Virgo's December month? We have Magician and the Mirror coming out, 53. At the back of the deck, we have Broken Heart, number 9. Interesting. What is a key theme for Virgo in the month ahead? Now, real quick, I will be touching on love really briefly at the end of your reading, so stay tuned for those last couple of minutes. I'm going to do a quick love prediction at the end to see what you can expect in love in December, only because I missed the mid-monthly ones in November. I want to do another in-depth mid-monthly love check-in in December, so make sure you're subscribed for that as well. What is the Virgo's second theme in the month of December? We have Lapis lazuli coming out for you. There's a lot of imagery on these cards, so pause it if you want to absorb it more. I'm going to put that down there now. We also have black tourmaline at the back of the deck. Please excuse me, I'm shaking so much. I do have a lot of caffeine in my system, but my energy is just so restless at the moment. For my Virgos, what is their last theme that they can expect to experience in the month ahead? For my Virgos, what is the last theme that they can expect to experience in the month ahead? We have DNA coming out for you. This card doesn't come out very often. And we also have Dark Nebula coming out for you in the reverse position as well, if it will focus. There we go. Let me chuck that there. We also have Troposphere at the back of this deck. This camera is not really wanting to focus. I'm filming with natural light, but it's very overcast here, so the lighting is very dark. Now, I am picking up on a strong feeling of you trying to make a good out of a heavy situation in December. You may feel like your heart has been broken or like you're experiencing emotional pain at some point in December, but I also see you more focused on healing that, more focused on transforming that feeling and trying to embrace a new start because of that feeling. I do see you having like a blank slate and feeling a sense of renewal, but for some of you, transforming that mentality and that emotion is going to take up most of your December. I do also see a feeling of like tears and crying, but I think that this is more about expressing how you feel and just trying to be honest about your emotions as well. So let's have a look at your first theme over here with Magician and the Mirror. The Magician and the Mirror is, for me, it's kind of like a what's that technique people use where like they get you to focus on this, but they're actually doing that? Magicians do it all the time. It's like the art of distraction or something like that. It feels like with the Magician and the Mirror, there's something here that you have the ability to create. It's within your realm of like control, but it also feels like a bit of a burden, because if you're not perceiving the situation as this is an opportunity, you're looking at it as an overwhelming sense of responsibility and something that is happening to you rather than for you. You may need to just kind of focus on your mindset with that theme, because if you're not in the right mindset, it could be very oppressive as a feeling. What is going on with the Magician and the Mirror for Virgo? There's a strong feeling of creating over here and seeing that as a burden. We have the Four of Cups coming out in the upright position. What is going on with the Magician and the Mirror here? We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. What is going on with the Magician and the Mirror here? We have the Fool card in the reverse position, and at the back of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So that's interesting. There's a lot of cups over here. Whatever it is that you are trying to create, it has a lot to do with trying not to miss out on an opportunity, but already feeling like you are. You're getting FOMO over here with the Four of Cups upright and the Fool reversed. It almost feels like this theme is plagued by a bad decision in the past, and how you didn't take a leap and you didn't risk it and you didn't kind of do things. It almost feels like you're worried that you're not taking enough advantage of the opportunities. You may even be purposefully rejecting opportunities through your mentality of like, look what I don't have, rather than look what's in front of me. With the Queen of Cups reversed, you're definitely in your feels about this. It almost feels like you're feeling too much. You're tuning too heavily into this. Like, your intuition is very deeply analyzing this situation. And while it is good to stay aware and to stay connected, I wonder if this is plaguing your ability to take appropriate action, because you're kind of sifting through too much information, too much possibility, too much outcome, and you're trying to kind of overthink something that is as natural as feeling, literally. So for the Ten of Cups to be here, Virgo, the goal or the overall energy here seems to be about emotional fulfillment, emotional connection, and making sure that you're surrounded by people that you love and trust. And I just think that you're either missing out on that, or you're telling yourself that you don't have that in December. There's either key people that you're missing, or there's a certain feeling here of you trying to make new connections, new emotional connections that last. Is there any advice around this theme for Virgo spirit? You may be struggling to make friends even. That could be what this is. Or you may be feeling at a distance to friends, and maybe all your loved ones are doing something for the holidays and you said you wouldn't, and now you regret that. You wish you did. What is the advice for this theme for Virgo? The Four of Cups came out again with the Sun of Pentacles reversed. Your advice is to pay more attention to the opportunities that are in front of you, and to set up some not even plans, because the Sun of Pentacles is reversed. So it's not even about planning for the future. It's more about taking advantage of your opportunities in the present. I even see some change of plans here as your advice, doing something differently to what you had originally planned to do in order to kind of fix this feeling that you're experiencing, in order to gain that emotional connection that you want. The Magician and the Mirror is saying that it is possible to have what you want. You just need to be more aware of what your options are and what opportunities you have, and make sure you're seizing those opportunities, because it is within your realm of control. So that's what I'm seeing with the Magician and the Mirror. Let's move forward. We'll have a look at this Lapis lazuli energy next. What is going on with this Lapis lazuli energy for Virgo? Okay, we have the Judgment card upright, a beautiful cicada. I love cicadas so much. What else can you tell Virgo about this Lapis lazuli energy? We have the Ace of Swords coming out for you upright. What else can you tell Virgo? We have the Knight of Swords upright. And at the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups, if it will focus. The Seven of Cups reversed. So let me just have a quick drink of water. I'm actually sweating a lot. It's very humid here. I feel like the Seven of Cups reversed See, Lapis Lazuli is an interesting card because it has a lot of like throat chakra energy. We got Mercury, we have throat chakra, we've got this activation of all that blue, but the card is also set on the water element. So as much as you may be overthinking things or analyzing things from a very logical point of view, there is a feeling attached to this, and this feeling can be exacerbated towards more of like a nervousness, an anxiousness, a stress feeling when we overthink it, when we overanalyze it. But for the Seven of Cups to show up as your bottom deck energy, as much as you are aware of every possibility in this situation, you are only truly wanting and desiring one thing. So as much as you have possibilities and options over here, the one thing that you want is actually more obvious to your heart than your head. So I do see this theme being about renewal and a sense of resurrection with the Judgment card being here. There's almost a feeling of trying to reinvent a situation and transform it by being more aware of what is ending and what cannot stay the same. And through that process of awareness, we are giving ourselves clarity and the opportunity to see something that was always there, but all of a sudden it's now more of an opportunity rather than information. This information, it feels like something that we want to take action towards quite quickly, especially for the Knight of Swords to be here. It's almost like you want to move very quickly once you have this clarity. So I feel like the overall energy is you trying to tune into your heart space, but you're being very logical and you're being very kind of analytical in how you observe the situation. I feel like it is black and white for you, and I think that this theme is about trying to make good out of a bad situation and trying to reinvent a situation and resurrect it for the right reasons, trying to find a moving forward point in an unfavorable sort of transforming situation. Something that may have felt like it was ending is actually just reinventing in a different way, and the way forward is different. We have to change. We can't stay the same in order to thrive. So Lapis Lazuli is saying that there is an emotional process to this as well, but you seem to be mostly in your head about it and just sort of dealing with it very logically and trying not to get into your feels about it, which is a very Virgo thing to do, to be honest with you. It is a very Virgo thing to do. So let me get some advice. What is the advice for Virgo with this Lapis Lazuli energy? Oh my gosh. What is the advice for Virgo with this Lapis Lazuli? We have the Ten of Pentacles in the reversed position. And we also have the Five of Cups at the back of the deck. So the advice is about being aware of your emotions and how they are changing because of the situation. Maybe we can't be as emotionally invested as we once were, or we have to kind of allow ourselves to go through a process where we feel like we've lost something in order to appreciate what we have. There's definitely a feeling of going through a low in order to get back up into a high. And these emotional changes are natural. That's why the Five of Cups is here upright. It's a natural part of the process. But I also think for the Ten of Pentacles to be reversed, Spirit is saying stay open-minded in how the situation is transforming and what the future outcome will be. Because the Ten of Pentacles reversed is almost highlighting a complete change of plans that even changes our expectations of what kind of future we want. It changes the kind of goals that we're working towards, the kind of structures that we're building, and the kind of long-term sort of commitments that we're committed to. So I do see a huge restructuring because of this resurrection, because of this reinvention. And I think that December is about taking advantage of the clarity you have and moving forward with the clarity you have as well. So let's move forward. We'll have a look at your last theme over here now with DNA and Dark Nebula. What can you tell? What can you tell Virgo about this last theme, Spirit, this DNA and Dark Nebula energy? We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reversed position. What can you tell Virgo about this last theme? Yeah, the letter D is coming out as very significant for you for some reason. We also have the 9 of Cups, so the number 9 is showing out as being significant as well. A poodle could be significant. What else can you tell them? We have the Star card. Okay, so I do see progression here. I see healing. I do see more Aquarius energy. So we had the Fool and now we have the Star. Judgment makes me think of Aquarius too, but it's actually Pluto. It just kind of feels like the situation is very, I want to say, transformative. And I feel like all this Aquarius / Uranus and Pluto energy is about trying to reinvent something, trying to find a way forward, trying to focus more on the future and how the future can be a lot brighter than maybe what we've been through, especially if you've been through some struggles, some hardships. These 9s are an energy of perseverance, of trying to continue forward, finding the strength and the strategy to persevere forward towards completion. And the strategy seems to be associated with your well-being and doing what is best for you, for your financial security, for your emotional security, and using that as your guiding light, as your guiding star amidst any confusion or any chaos that other people try to bring into your December month. Especially with DNA being here, it almost makes me think that family could be a huge chaotic distraction from what it is that you're focused on. You may be trying to find like little clues into your destiny. You may even have a stronger sense of purpose in December, because DNA is something that's woven into the fabric of your being. It's not something that you can choose, but it's definitely something that you feel so deeply. So I almost wonder if like you're kind of getting this strong sense of purpose and pull. I do see you kind of thinking more about the future. And I think that it would be wise to just sort of stay open-minded and ambiguous in the sense of being ambitious as well. Not ambiguous in the sense of like just leaving things unresolved and unthought of. Really travel down those ideas and those sort of pathways in your mind and think about how that could turn into another possibility and what that possibility would lead to. Really let your mind kind of weave through the potential that you have, because I think that you're concocting and formulating a pretty special and innovative plan in December when it comes to your future and rising out of the ashes, very much like a phoenix. And the only other message I have for this theme has a lot to do with balancing out the good and the bad, trying not to overdo it, especially with all these 9s here. Sometimes that's a lot of pressure. The pressure to finish something or to persevere through can almost make us want to burn out before we even get to completion. So giving yourself enough sort of balance in December seems to be important. The idea is longevity. It's not about how fast we get there. It's about getting there. So you may need to kind of give yourself a few allowances in December, some helpful rest and just taking it easy in between all the ambition and desire to kind of move forward. I do also see with the Star card here, you being very like surrounding yourself with very motivational people as well, whether you have people that you follow online or whether these are friends that you interact with physically. That seems to be very helpful in recalibrating and feeling better about your progress and where you're headed to. So is there any advice for this theme for Virgo before we have a look at their love life? Is there any advice here in this theme for Virgo? We have 2 cards coming out. We have the Ace of Swords. It's not really focusing. And then we have the Magician card as well. The back of the deck, we have that 5 of Cups again, but this time it's reversed. So I see the 5 of Cups reversed as you trying to kind of hold on to things that you may have emotionally surpassed. Now, the thing about that energy is it doesn't have to be a big challenge. It doesn't have to be a huge blockage, but it is a natural part of the process of the change. So I do see you trying to look at the world with rose-colored glasses, kind of like the glass is half full type of vibes. There is a feeling of trying to be really optimistic here. And I think that your advice is to do that while also giving yourself the opportunity to feel down if you need to. I genuinely see you trying to pull yourself out of a rut though, so it is about doing what you know works best for you. With the Ace of Swords being here, communication is going to be very helpful when kind of voicing the ideas that you have with people that matter to you, because I feel like the ideas that you have could be very impactful and they could impact your close relationships, especially your friendships. I also could see you meeting more like-minded people, and so that's why I think it's important to communicate the things that you're passionate about and excited about, because it might be a way of finding common ground and gaining more friendships and more sort of alliances and allies. But the other reason why I think the Ace of Swords is here is your advice is to stay open-minded and to really explore the ideas you're having and to not just shut them down, to make sure that you're doing research with the Magician and that you're approaching these ideas with confidence and with an energy of, if I can think it, I can do it type of vibe. I know that that sounds a bit, what's the word, like blindly confident, but it seems to be your key to success here with the Magician showing up, feigning confidence in order to be successful. So that's what I'm seeing with that theme. Let's have a quick look at what you can expect in love in December now. What can Virgo expect in love in December? What can Virgo expect in love in December? We have the Sun reversed. What can Virgo expect in love? We have the Three of Wands coming out. Excuse me. The Three of Wands coming out upright. What can Virgo expect in love in December? We have the Two of Swords coming out, reversed if it will show up. Oh my gosh. There we go. At the back of the deck, we have the Empress upright. So your love life, there is growth, there is desire for fertility, there is a feeling of abundance as well that the Empress offers. But I think for the Sun to be reversed, our love life is impacted by our perception of self, our confidence or our lack of confidence, and our desire for external validation. You may find yourself kind of seeking people or opportunities / situations where you're gaining a lot of external validation from, like a lot of attention, which kind of boosts your confidence, but it doesn't feel like it's kind of radiating below the surface. I also think the Sun could be reversed because we have maybe a pessimistic disposition towards love in the month ahead. Otherwise, we're not really focusing on romance. We're kind of trying to be practical and logical and look towards other areas of our life more than love and romance. The thing about the Sun reversed is like, we still hold hope, but we're not kind of being blindly optimistic. We're not seeing things as the best possible case, scenario, the best possible scenario. We're seeing it more as, well, realistically, this is probably what's going to happen. And that can sometimes limit the growth of connections because we're tainting them a little bit with like a more pessimistic scope, a more pessimistic lens. That being said, the Three of Wands is making me think that you're waiting for something when it comes to your love life. You're kind of waiting. It's like you're waiting for something to turn around, or you're waiting for something to come back, or you're waiting for something to happen. It does feel like you're losing hope that it's going to happen soon, and it feels like you're thinking that it's going to happen in the future, whatever this is. For the Two of Swords to be reversed, you also feel like a lot of your love life is out of your hands in December. It feels like there's certain things that you just can't make heads or tails of, and you're kind of at a point where you either just need to release control, or you need to not think about it and not focus on it, because it does seem to be out of your control. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to your December month. I'm going to do a more in-depth love prediction in the middle of the month, so stay tuned for that. I promise that's going to happen. Otherwise, if this didn't resonate 100%, you could have messages in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, so be sure to check that out. It's been a pleasure to read for you, Virgo. I wish you a prosperous, successful, happy, abundant, joyful month ahead. Look after your beautiful selves, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye!